YouTube? It is the Bat Nerd, and welcome to a Super Saturday. And yes, I am back reviewing, and you've probably seen by now the whole intro. I am reviewing Brightburn. So, this was written by Brian and Mark Gunn, James Gunn's brothers, and produced by James Gunn, and was directed by David Yarvoveski or something. Starring Elizabeth Banks, David Dennman, Jackson A. Dunn, Matt Jones, Meredith Hengner, and Gregory Allen Williams. So this is a 2019 I wouldn't really say superhero, but anti-hero horror, where it's basically like Superman, but in a Flashpoint dimension where he chooses the path of evil. I'm sure you know this from the trailer. This movie has been out for a month in America and Australia, and has only just come out where I am. Yes, basically, if you know the tale of Superman, a baby on a ship crashes down on Earth. Although this time he doesn't crash in Smallville, he crashes in Brightburn, and he's not found by the Kents, he's found by the Brewers, played by Elizabeth Banks and David Denman. And like the Kents, they raise him as their own, and when he gets to his pre-adolescence, 12 years old, he starts to develop superpowers. He gets indestructible and strong, and realizes does not end up using his powers for good, obviously. That's all I'm gonna say, because there are still a good portion of people out there that have yet to see this one. I don't feel that this is worth doing a spoiler review over, because I think you pretty much know how it's gonna play out. So I'm just gonna get to my likes and dislikes already. So, first of all, the likes. I liked the story. I liked how they took like the format of Superman and made it evil. Kind of like an Antichrist film, like he's an evil child. And because that's what it made me think of from time to time, The Omen. Don't ask why, it did. And I liked the effects in this movie and the dark tone they went with in this. And I liked the kid who played Brandon Brewer, the main kid who becomes evil Superman. I liked the look. Now, yeah, the mask is like a hood, but I actually liked the look of the hood, it was like an evil lobster, but I liked the look. I don't know why, I just do. It's a cool look for some reason, and the cape, he's just evil Superman. That's what I like to think. I like to think of this as a Flashpoint Superman, because that's what it felt like, only where he chose the path of evil. But yeah, the kid, Jackson A. Dunn, he put up a great performance, and I don't know if this is his first gig, but he did great. I can't find any wiki page on him. Next, I liked, David Denman as Kyle Breyer, his adopted father, and another one who did it for me was Elizabeth Banks. She did a great performance too as her character, Tori, and I liked all the other supporting casts they got in this. It was a good movie. I have to admit, I was surprised. I thought this was going to be like an evil child horror, which it is. It does have evil child horror elements in there. But I thought this was great. It's about 90 minutes long, but those 90 minutes really fly by because I was that captivated watching it. It was just so in there. And, I think the cast did a great job and the cinematography did a great job. And, James Gunn's brothers wrote a great story there, how they reimagined this. I wouldn't say this is a reimagining or retelling of Superman. I would definitely say it's got the formula of Superman, but it's a different story, different universe. Will there be a sequel? I don't know. Does it need one, really? And this was produced by James Gunn, who we all know for Guardians of the Galaxy. And of course, I'm giving a little spoiler here, but look out for Michael Rooker. Of course, Michael Rooker is clearly good friends with James Gunn because he's appeared in a lot of his movies. I mean, yeah, James Gunn just produced this movie. He didn't write it or anything. But still, Michael Rooker, he's been in a lot of movies. Even back to the days when he did Horror Sliver, he starred in that movie. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy, as you already know. He was in, the Belko Experiment. He makes a brief appearance in this one. I won't tell you when or where he appears in it, but he has a cameo in it. Do excuse me. It's just putting on this voice. Don't ask why, I just like to do it for the mystique. Like Christian Bale's Batman did. Okay, so, final thoughts and ratings. I thought Brightburn was entertaining. It was good, especially how the main kid in it, Jackson A. Dunn, he was so good in this movie with his performance. I mean, he acted, like his character was remorseless in everything he did, and I thought that was like, wow, I also liked the horror elements they had in this, too. This, like I said, is a horror movie. There is a lot of brutal scenes in this movie, a lot of brutal deaths, and very graphic. So it definitely does have that elements of horror in there, which I find is sometimes hard to pull off. Comic book action and horror. It's kind of hit and miss in my opinion. But look what it did for Blade, the Blade franchise, and Ghost Rider. Anyway, yes, I just like this film. It was a good horror movie with good superhero aspects in there. I wouldn't say it's a superhero movie. I'd say it's more of a supervillain movie or an anti-hero movie. Anyway, those are my final thoughts, my ratings. I am going to give Brightburn, I thought this was a great movie. Will I watch it again? Yeah, probably not anytime soon, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing this again when it's out on DVD or something, so with all that being said, I'm going to give Brightburn, you know what, I'm going to give this a 4 Batarangs out of 5. 4 Batarangs out of 5 for Brightburn. So, that has been my review on Brightburn. This has been Super Saturday. I have been the Bat Nerd. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are down below in the description, so you can check all that out. And until next time, Bat Nerd out.